And in this show, that is all about entrepreneurship in the market research industry. We're going to listen to some great thought leaders and CEOs about failure. We're going to walk into this exhibition to look at some of the new startups around. And soon we're going to talk about whether or not we would advise our own children to start a career in market research. And if so, why that is. And if not, how we can make that more attractive. But before we do that, today is also the big day of the awards. Tonight is the big SMR Awards Gala dinner, where a lot of the best paper awards and all kinds of awards will be awarded. But today, during the lunch break, in this little TV studio in the middle of the exhibition show floor, we will be handing out the Best Exhibitor Award. I got it right here. And if you find that looking rather pretty, that must be because it's produced by the same company that actually produces the real Oscar statues. So this award brings one exhibitor here in this room one step closer to Hollywood. And we at SMR were able to do this because we work together with a really special person, Pam Grossman. She's the owner and director of In the Present Marketing. And she was part of the SMR team. And I'm just going to see if I can talk to her live from Atlanta. I go to our little computer spot over here. Hey, Pam, good morning.
Hi. Good morning. Hi, everybody.
Live.
Have you all had your fill of your Cafe du Monde this morning?
Exactly. Yeah, well, there's quite some small eyes around here. Obviously, we're in New Orleans, close to Bourbon Street, and all the fun stuff that this city has to offer. You're back in Atlanta. How's the weather over there?
Weather is beautiful today, hot as always, sunny, and I wish I were there, but I feel like I have. I've been watching a lot of the interviews from yesterday, and really good information being given out.
All right, cool. Well, it seems to be going well, but about 30 minutes ago we were testing our connections and it's a bit wobbly. So luckily we have a backup plan and we recorded a brief interview with you earlier this week and I suggest we have a look at that. But it was great to have you live here.
Thanks. Have a good day, everybody.
Thanks.
So Pam Grossman, welcome to have you here at ASMR TV in recording, unfortunately, but still, there's something interesting. You are the founder and owner of In the Present, a boutique marketing and promotion agency, and you're part of the ASMR team here at Congress because you produced a lot of the marketing materials and the awards. And we've learned that there's an interesting story about the awards here at the ASMR Congress.
There is actually, and hi everybody. Hope you're having a great time. The awards that are going to be handed out have actually been manufactured and produced by the same company that has produced the Oscar statuettes for the Academy Awards for over 30 years.
Oh, wow.
And I think what's really interesting about the awards and as it pertains to marketing is that in over 30 years, the statuette has not changed. You know, in earlier years, they changed the base size a little bit and a little bit of the gold material because of what was available during the wars. But in the past 30 years, it really hasn't changed. This is the first year that they're going to adjust slightly the manufacturing of the award. So everybody who's getting an award during this Congress is getting an award made by the same company that the Academy Awards are made.
Exactly. You're one step closer to Hollywood, I guess, huh? Hey, and the interesting
touch of greatness.
Exactly. Well, the interesting bit, I guess, is, and what makes it remarkable is that here at ASMR TV for 2 days we're talking so much about all this rapid change and that companies should adapt and everybody should move into new spaces, new skill sets. Yet this statue hasn't changed for 32 years. What lessons can entrepreneurs learn from this? Actually, if we specifically look at promotion and design,
I think as far as the for the awards goes, when something's so iconic, sometimes change isn't necessary. Sometimes keeping it consistent just works, and so for the award, that's the case.
Yeah.
It doesn't translate into every part of marketing because you always want to be fresh and new. But something as iconic as that statuette, don't change it.
Exactly. And what can entrepreneurs learn from this? How can they apply this to their own agency or startup or whatever organization they work for?
Well, I think they need to take a look at elements throughout the years that they're working with and see what's working and what's not working. And if something isn't working, you have to look at that and refresh it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But if technology is changing, change with it.
And how can you tell if something in your promotion or marketing is not working? What are your red flags?
Well, it's really easy with social media these days. Silence, crickets. If you're not hearing feedback, something's needs to be adjusted.
Exactly,
I mean,
great
it's
point.
really that simple. If people aren't talking about it, you're missing the boat.
I guess a lot of people are always afraid of bad news on social media, but what you're basically saying, silence is even your worst enemy, right?
Absolutely. You don't want to hear crickets.
Okay. Hey, and from your vast experience helping other companies and clients with their marketing and promotion, what other hidden secret can you share with us?
I have a few really good ones. I think one of the most important things is that there are no shortcuts. The people that succeed are the ones that face their fears of rejection mostly and use it to gain more momentum. I think that's really important.
All right, face your fears. How
Face your
does that work?
fears. um, you know, Put on your bootstraps and walk right through the thing that scares you the most.
And as opposed to going out there and approaching clients and that kind of stuff.
Correct. And put yourself in uneasy positions. The more hesitant you are, probably the more you'll get out of whatever that is.
That's where the magic should be, right? That's where you need to push through, I guess.
Exactly.
All right. Great tip
I
for
think
our
it,
radar. Yeah, you have another one?
I think another really important one is to remember to market yourself, especially when you're starting out, because you are your brand at the beginning. And so you want to build a solid foundation for that. And so make sure that you're working on doing that as well as talking about whatever your business or brand is.
And what is, in your opinion, one of the most important or yeah, easiest tools to do that?
I think writing articles, not even necessarily based on what you're doing, it can be on anything that you think you're an expert in, that you can really sound solid with, so that people can begin to learn about you and trust that some of the things that you're saying are real.
All right, so it's all about starting to produce content yourself.
Exactly.
Okay. And then finally, maybe a third tip or hidden secret you have up your sleeve for us?
Um, I think it's something to live by is that you are your word. If you say you're going to do something, make sure you do it. If you're facing a problem, if your company has made a mistake, own it, say it, fix it. People will really respect you, and that's what you need.
Yeah. You don't have to do everything right the first time as long as you fix it.
Ever. I mean, throughout the years, you don't want to be making tons of mistakes, but you will make mistakes. Say it out loud, say it proud, and then fix it. And you will gain the respect.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Pam, for opening up this show about entrepreneurship. And thank you very much for these great tips. And I hope we see you around online, I guess.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great time there.
Well, thank you, Pam Grossman, for live from Atlanta. Well, not live. We saw you briefly live and now in recording. I hope these are some first great pointers that you, as a potential entrepreneur or just as anybody interested in market research, can take away.